Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Sadiq Sularia, and today I am here with session number 7, that is designing organizational structure. As we have studied organizing function in detail when we came to the chapter number 1 and the other chapters that we have discussed so far, we have explained each and everything related to the management functions in detail. But in this chapter, we are going to focus upon the organization. What does organizing means and what does the organizational structures are composed of? So we are going to discuss each and everything related to the designs of the organization. So let's begin with the session. So first of all, we have to discuss what is organizing, as we have discussed it couple of times, but again we are going to discuss for reviving the concept. Organizing, if I talk about in just simpler language or in simpler terminology, so it's just which task is performed by whom. Managers allocate and arrange humans and other resources to enable plans to be successfully achieved. I've also written here that arranging and structuring work to accomplish an organization's goal is simply what organizing is. So if we discuss what is organizational structure, it's a formal pattern of interactions and coordination. Management design organizational structure to link the task of individuals and group to achieve organizational goal. Now I have used the term formal. What does formal means? Formal refers to the structure that's created by management for a specific purpose. Formal means official outcome of organizing function. It's like that, the linkages that have been created, the coordination activities that take place for achieving organizational goal is what organizational structure is. Now what is organizational chart? It's an or I should say it's a visual representation of an organization's structure. It's also known as organogram. It's a flow chart, which will come in forward slides as well, that it's a diagram that depicts the organization's structure, and it's very easy to understand that who is reporting to whom, which positions are there in the organization, and who is the position holder, so that anybody could get the idea about the organization's hierarchy. Organizational chart or organogram basically shows major organization positions or department, how positions are sorted to the specific units, and the reporting relationship, etc., is clearly seen in organizational chart. As I have said, reporting relationship, so it's lower to higher official communication channels level are also highlighted, which we will discuss in upcoming slides. Some charts show title of positions as well as their occupants. Now occupants means a person who lives or work in a room or building, right? So the employees and everything related to the organization is a part of organizational chart. Now what is organizational design? Organizational design is a process of developing organizational structure. Okay, the structure that we have discussed in detail. Now organizational design is a process of formulating that structure. Organizational design is composed of 6 elements. Number 1, work specialization, which we will discuss. Departmentalization, we'll also talk about this. Chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization, and then we have formalization. So now what is the purpose of organizing? We have discussed this thing in detail in class as well. Just to give you a roadmap, just to revive the concept, let me tell you some important points that you are going to remember, and that's going to give you the idea about how or why the organizing is having a great importance in management. It divides the work into specific jobs and then into the departments. If there is no organizing, so we cannot sort out the work, and we cannot sort out that who is going to perform what task, so we will end up in chaos. Number one thing, so that's why organizing becomes an important element. Organizing helps us in assigning tasks and responsibilities. Coordination of diverse organizational tasks is possible because of organizing. Establish relationship among individuals, groups and departments. It's relationship establishment strategy, we can say. It established formal links of authority, we get to understand that who has to report to whom, who is in the position, who is in the power, who is leading which department. So each and everything's become quite crystal clear. Allocate and deploy. Deploy means utilize. Allocates and utilize organizational resources. Obviously, when we know that how much resources we have and who is going to lead in which capacity, so it becomes very easy to allocate and utilize the resources with efficiency and effectiveness that we have discussed in chapter number 1. So now we are talking about what is work specialization, as we have discussed in chapter number 2 as well in the concept of Adam Smith. It's the same concept that is here, that is work specialization, also known as division of labor. Alright, so what is work specialization? Let me tell you in nutshell, it's the degree to which work necessary to achieve organizational goal is broken down into various jobs. Individual employee specialize in doing part of an activity rather than the entire activity. We have discussed this thing in detail, so that's why I'm giving you the idea that what we have actually discussed. It's also known as division of labor. Both words are having, or both terminologies are having same meaning, that a person is going to perform a specialized task, not the whole task. Alright, okay. So now this is the second point, which we have to discuss and which is important in this slide, is that over specialization can result in human diseconomies such as boredom, fatigue, stress, poor quality, increased absenteeism, and higher turnover rate. We haven't discussed this thing in chapter number 2 because as the study went ahead, as modernization takes place, and few I mean to say that certain other researches take place, so the idea that came forward was that yes, work specialization works, it increases the productivity, but till to the till the certain extent it works. But if you are going to have more and more work specialization, so it's going to end up in chaos. Let me explain you with the help of an example. So this is the exhibit 10-2, economies and diseconomies of work specialization. We can see that as we have increased the work specialization, the productivity is going towards top. We can say that it's gaining the momentum and it's increasing. So this is the point in which we have achieved maximum productivity because of work specialization. Alright, it's like that companies making great productivity and everyone is performing specialized tasks, routine tasks. They are not having any innovation, they are not making any creativity, they are just doing repeated tasks, repeated tasks, repeated tasks. And after the certain extent, that is this level, we can see that the impact has created, which is human diseconomy, that is fatigue, stress, anxiety has developed, and gradually we can observe that productivity is diminishing, that is it's declining and it's going downwards. So this is what the over specialization is, that till a certain extent obviously it facilitates, it increases the productivity, but as gradually we are gonna perform just one task each day, so it's going to increase boredom, stress, definitely anxiety and depression too, so which can result a lower downfall, we can say, in productivity. So now we are going to discuss what is departmentalization. Departmentalization is simply grouping individuals into units and units into departments. This is the thing that we have written here as well, the basis by which jobs are grouped together. We are having 5 types of departmentalization. Number 1 is functional, product, geographical, process, and customer. We will discuss each and everything in detail. So number 1 is functional departmentalization, in which we can see that it's grouping jobs according to the function, and we are having the example. For example, we are having a plant manager. It's a plant of any company you can assume, and these are the departments. We can clearly see that the departments are made on the basis of functions, that the critical functions of the organization, that is engineering, yani this department is of manager engineering, this department is of accounting, this department is of manufacturing, this department is of human resource, and this one is of purchasing. So these are actually functional unit of the organization, on the basis of which we can see departmentalization has been occurred. So this is known as functional departmentalization, in which the jobs are grouped according to the functions of the organization. These are the functions. However, if we talk about geographical departmentalization, so it means grouping jobs according to the geographic region, or we can say geographic location. For example, vice president for sales, it's a sales based unit in which we can see there are certain departments which is dispersed and related to the regional locations. This is the department of sales that is located in western region. This is the sales director which is looking after southern region. This is sales director midwestern region and eastern region. So we can see that in this departmentalization the functions are not highlighted the way it was highlighted here. We are having departmentalization on the basis of regions. Alright, and it frequently happens, this type of departmentalization is it has been done where the organization is geographically dispersed and has many branches all around the world. So that's why the company moves towards the geographical departmentalization. Okay, so now we are having product departmentalization. So it simply means separate division for each of the several product. Alright, so let me explain you with the help of a simple example that I have myself developed here for you. Product departmentalization discuss example as I have discussed with you in class as well. For example, we are having Samsung. This is Samsung, this is the organization, and these are the departmentalization of Samsung that is based on its product. Cell phone category departmentalization, appliances category departmentalization, laptops for instance, and the insurance departmentalization. So this is what the company that has departmentalized its units on the basis of the product that it has. So this is how the product departmentalization takes place. For the example I have explained this so that you can understand what product departmentalization means in simpler terms. Okay, if we talk about process departmentalization, it means grouping jobs on the basis of product or customer flow. Let me explain you with the help of an example here as well. For example, there is a leather coat production company, and these are the departments which is based on the processes a company follows. The leather coat production, definitely how a leather is produced. For example, it's a leather jacket production. First of all, cutting takes place. So this is what a cutting department has been made. Then dyeing, sewing, distribution, etc. So these are the departmentalization that is based on the processes of the organization. Now we are having customer departmentalization. So it's simply specific unique customers having unique needs. A company does departmentalization on the basis of unique customer having unique needs. For example, I have just written here as for instance, I am having a company that's Aisha Solaria Limited Cosmetics. Alright, and here I have made departmentalization, or I can say certain departments on the basis of unique customer needs. Number one is that my company supply cosmetics to international customers, so that's why I'm having a department of international or foreign customers. Obviously they are having different need, they are having different demand, and also I have a different pricing strategy for them. So that's why it's a different department. Then secondly, I have written here domestic slash inland customers, my local customers of my country. I'm having different relationship with them. They are having different needs, they are having different demands, so that's why it's a different department. Bulk purchase customers, obviously we are having different price and different strategies for bulk customers, so that's why it's a different department. And then we are having wholesale customers who also buy on wholesaling price. So this is how customer departmentalization is done, that due to the customer unique needs, a company follows or make such departments which cater different different customer needs. So this is the example through which I have explained you in class as well, and I think that for your reviving concepts you can get the idea what we have discussed.